Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. You're watching Mina TV. This is ABS Show. My name is Charlie Dior.
Yazzie Odera.
And I'm the Money Man.
Yes, and we are bringing you the hottest of the hottest topics. But first, go ahead and subscribe to our channel and also go on Instagram, the ABS Show. Please follow us. Follow us, DM us, add us. You know, we'll respond sometimes. We love you for watching. And today we are going to talk about one of the hottest topics on Twitter. Because I was going through Twitter and it was on fire. Okay, so there's one lady. Her name is Okoye. She's, I think she's Nigerian.
Okoye.
Yeah, Okoye. Her Twitter handle is Shomi Sita. And this is what she said. She claims that children are a burden. So that's what she was saying. So let me just go ahead and read what she said, and then we can dig in and talk about it, okay? All right, so she said, children are a burden. I don't mean this in a bad way. It is what it is. They often slow down careers, are very costly, and are very time-consuming. It's sad that some are carelessly brought into the world by people unwilling to make those sacrifices. Without a kid, you typically have to mainly worry about yourself. With a child, you have to factor them into every decision you make. You have another load to carry. You can be as impulsive and frivolous. You shift your ways of living to accommodate them. So according to her, she doesn't think children, I mean, based on what she said, she doesn't think that having children when you're not ready is a burden. So what do you guys think about this story, the situation? Do you agree with her? What is going on?
I feel like I don't want to talk before Yazzie. She's gonna buy my
talk now. No, everybody can talk.
But listen, I understand where she's coming from with this, because it's a fact. Like I don't think that it's gonna stop you from your dreams. It's not going to stop you from whatever you want to do, but it is an extra responsibility. I feel like her terminology was kind of wrong. Burden is such a heavy word, because there are women that are looking for children. They're not going to call that. There are people that are looking for that burden. Do you understand? I don't think it's a burden. It's just a different kind of responsibility that not everybody is equipped with. You know, being a mother, it's not because you pushed out babies. You understand? Like, you actually have to have that compassion and care. Like, I don't know if you've met, there's some women that have many children and just don't care about them. Like, then their mind is not there, their heart is not there, and this is a very real reality. But calling them a burden is kind of insulting to mothers. You know, it's kind of insulting. But I get what she's saying. Like, for me now, at this point right now, with $33 in my account, child will be
not $33 in your account. But I mean, some people probably watching right now and saying, who is this lady? What does she do? And why does she have such an opinion? She's a writer. She's a speaker. She's also a mental health practitioner. And she also owns a lifestyle website. I took it upon myself to email this lady. Yes.
You did?
Yes, I did.
Did she reply?
She did not reply. I don't know.
Well, Charlie, I think there's one thing you forgot to add onto the list, that she's an attention whore.
Because
I think that's one thing that you forgot to add, because I actually looked up her Twitter, and she just seemed to me as somebody who wants to go viral, somebody, which is fine. You know, everyone has their different goals and different ambitions in life. I'm not against it. She just says the most ridiculous things, kind of like how Drea Michelle went on national television and said, my wholeness has been deleted. I definitely think that was like a PR stunt. This is a PR stunt. She said it to get attention. She definitely got the attention she was looking for. Everyone is talking about her. It was all over Instagram, all over Twitter. We're here talking about it. So yeah, I just wanted to add that attention whore is one of it.
I am so glad that you mentioned Drea from Basketball Wives. We're going to post a picture so you guys see her. She also went viral a few weeks ago about talking about her own child. She was saying that every time her son comes back from school, he brings a lot of homework, and she's tired of helping the son with the homework.
You see what I'm saying?
And I'm like, excuse me,
saying?
If you can help your own child with their homework, who do you want me to come help your child with the homework?
No, but that's
but
not what
her,
she said.
It was a burden.
No, that was not what she said.
Okay, what did she say?
What she said was the school that her son goes to, every day that he comes home from school, she has to sign off on each single homework to show that the son did the homework. Okay. Now let's just also say that I could be wrong, but Drea Michelle's son is like a preteen. You know, he's like 13, 14, maybe 15. I could be wrong, but he's pretty much older. Now, why the hell should a parent have to sign off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday for homework? No, it's like your mom.
It's showing that you're involved.
No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you're too busy. I'm not saying that you're too busy for the son, but in my opinion, by the time a child is 10 years old, you should be responsible. And these teachers need to let the kids be responsible and have the trust and the faith in the 13-year-old kid that the 13-year-old kid did your homework. If I'm signing off every single day on homework, you're teaching my kid how to be irresponsible. Yeah. That's how I look at it. I'm not saying I don't want to do it, and I'm a mom, but I'm just saying that at that age, like my son is 8 years old. I don't need to tell my son to do his homework. My son, as soon as he comes home from school,
but you can check.
His homework is done. You see what I do. You see how I raise my son. You see, I don't have to tell him. He does it, then I double check it. You understand what I'm saying?
And then live together.
No, we don't live together.
No, but I've known her for a while. Mind your business.
And he comes to my house.
Mind your business.
How can I mind my business? We're all on the table. Why are you guys doing this to me?
But do you understand what I'm saying? At what point do the child should be held? You should teach your kids how to be adults.
Accountability, yeah.
Like you're not gonna teach your kid to be lazy. Come on, no.
So but that's not really the issue right now. The issue right now is having a baby. Is having a kid a burden? Because she made even though you guys say it's for PR, but she made a point when she said something about at the right time.
Yeah.
So we must take note of that word.
Did she say that? Did she really at the right time? She did not at the right time.
She didn't say the right time.
She didn't say anything about the right time. She didn't say anything about when you're not ready for it.
Her exact words, and I'm going to read the tweet that she tweeted. Children are a burden, parentheses. I don't mean this in a bad way. It is what it is, parentheses. They often slow down careers, are very costly, and very time consuming. It's sad that some are carelessly brought into the world by people unwilling to make those sacrifices.
That's the point I was trying to make. Sorry, I used the word right
time.
Let
me cut you off
but what
right
I said was carelessly brought into the world. So when you say carelessly, it means it's not at the right time.
She's not ready.
You could just get pregnant from one night stand. You could get pregnant from a relationship, and you guys are not ready to have a baby.
I disagree with you.
Listen, carelessly, there are women out there that get pregnant carelessly and are great freaking moms. Great, amazing moms. And then there are moms. And then there are moms.
The point she was trying to make by the word carelessly is the fact that we're not ready for it.
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
carelessly. No. I disagree.
Do you know the definition of carelessly? Do I have to go online and go in the dictionary and read carelessly?
Yeah, German dictionary actually.
Carelessly is when I go and have a one-night stand and I get pregnant. Carelessly is when I don't have a husband and I just go and sleep with a guy at my job and I get pregnant. But that does not make you. But that does not make you a bad mom.
No,
it does
that's not enough reason to make you a bad mom.
That's not what I'm saying. I feel that listen, if you go and have sex, you should be ready. There's nothing like carelessly had sex and had a baby.
I agree,
that's a grown decision.
Yeah.
For you to
so what if you get raped? What if you get raped?
Hold on.
What if you get raped?
That's different. Really going to talk about rape? That's different.
No,
we're talking about having sex and then a baby comes out and you're surprised.
But
if you spread it wide like Nutella and you get pregnant from it, you made a grown decision, and now it's your responsibility. It's your responsibility to take care of that child. Because I'm sick and tired of running around and seeing these babies, especially when I go to Africa. Especially when I go to Africa and all these babies on the roadside. Who are the parents of these babies? Why are they not taking care of these babies?
The carelessly stems from the beginning, from that sex. Why are you carelessly having sex without a condom? That's careless. That's the carelessly that she's talking about. The carelessly does not mean about pushing the baby through, because obviously there are other options. If you're pregnant, there's abortion. There's so many things. Do you understand? The carelessness starts from when you go to the club and you have that one night stand and you didn't use a condom. That's careless.
That's careless.
That's careless and irresponsible. Do you understand? Yeah. That's the carelessness
that she's
referring to. The root of where the pregnancy started from.
But
not from, because if you make a decision to push out a baby, it means that you wanted to keep that baby, or that you have other options for the baby. Then the carelessness is also are the young people that don't have the erection. Now, Yazzie, you have to understand that you're very privileged to have people around you that can talk to you. Also, you're privileged to be enlightened, to be educated. There's so many people that get pregnant that careless way and carry the pregnancy to term not wanting the baby. Carelessly is when a girl drops a baby at the firehouse. Do you understand? Like, you've never heard of that, when people give birth and they just throw the baby.
Wickedness.
No, and they just throw the baby away. Do you understand? Because they didn't have anybody to direct them or guide them. Okay, you got pregnant, you didn't know until it was too late to abort, and you didn't know who to talk to give the baby up from. Thank you very much. You didn't know who to talk to or who to give the baby to. You were ashamed. Those are carelessly bringing those are ways you carelessly bring a baby into this world. You can't say that it's not a possibility. A mother is not just by having a baby. A mother is taking care of that baby, feeling compassion for that baby. You can't compare a mother that carries a baby to term and trains that baby throughout their life to a mother that carries a baby to term and then throws the baby away. Are you going to say that it doesn't happen? Okay, because that's the reason why there are motherless babies home. This
is why I emailed this lady, because if you make statement like this, children are a burden. In a way, what are you trying to preach? Okay, let's say I carelessly, whatever word you want to use, had a one-night stand, and now I'm pregnant. I'm seeing this. You're telling me that it's gonna slow me down. Look at all this danger. So it's gonna slow you down. You're not gonna have time to focus on your career. I emailed. I was like, are you trying to preach that women should have an abortion, maybe? Because you're telling me that I'm not gonna be able to be happy or whatever. It's gonna slow me. Are you preaching adoption? I asked her that question. I also wanted to know if she had a child of her own. Because are you talking from experience? You can just go online and just be making stupid statements like that. Yeah, because it can backfire on you, you know?
Look, what she's saying here is I see what she's saying. I'm not gonna say I understand. I see what she's saying. But in my eyes, you can never be ready for a baby. In my eyes, you could never be ready. There is nothing that is going to prepare you to being a mother unless you become a mother. Exactly. Every baby is gonna be different. Every child is different. Every pregnancy is different. You can have 5 kids, in each single pregnancy, you go through totally different things. Yes, you have the women that say, yes, I'm gonna go all out. I'm gonna get my PhD, get married, buy a house before I have the baby.
Life doesn't happen like that.
Even if you do that and you have the baby, most of the time, the women that do that, most of the time, they're so busy and engulfed with your work that they don't get the time to be mothers to the kid. You end up having a nanny that's raising your kid, or your kid ends up going to boarding school. I have a friend that comes from a wealthy family. Liam, a very wealthy family, and he hates his parents. And you know why he hates his parents? Because his parents were so rich. So rich that they took him to the best boarding school, the best boarding school in America, thinking that they were giving him a chance to go to school with presidents' kids. He thinks that his parents hated him so much that they sent him away. That's how he looks at it. You know what I mean? So there's nothing that is going to prepare you from being a mother. And having a kid is not going to stop you from your dreams. It does not, and it's not going to slow you down. It can actually empower you. It can actually make you better, because you have to realize that as a mom, you're not just taking care of yourself. You're also taking care of somebody. You have somebody else looking up to you. You have to be great.
But we have great examples of mothers out there, celebrities out there. I don't want to use celebrities, but mothers out there that are doing this.
Michelle Obama.
Tiwa Savage. Tiwa Savage has been giving me feels with the way she focuses on her career, and she loves her baby boy.
I thought she was married. Is she a single mother?
She's married.
She's married, but I'm sorry, I don't see the guy involved. Like every picture I've seen, I see her and her baby. I see her loving up on her baby. I don't see her husband there. She's in London now with her baby boy. I don't see her husband there, so I cannot speak on that. My issue is that as a burden for Tiwa Savage, for where she's going in her career, for like the platform she's on right now, that baby does not look like a burden to her. She's doing her job perfectly. She's an inspiration to me. In fact, like she's the reason why I will have a child one day, because she's showing me that it's possible. It's scary to someone like me now.
There's ways to look at it. Yazzie, I just want to ask you this, because I want to make this personal. I hate to make it personal, but I think it's more powerful for our viewers as well. You had a baby when you were at what age?
I was 19.
How did you feel? Did you feel like it slowed you down? Was it a burden?
It did not slow me down. It was not a burden for me at all. And first of all, I'll say, like, thanks to my mom. Like, I have an amazing mom. I have an amazing family, amazing support. Even Caleb's paternal grandma, they were all very supportive. And I was modeling when I got pregnant. I had quit college. I was going to City Tech in Brooklyn. I had quit college. I was modeling, and I was living the real New York City lifestyle. I'm talking about partying in Manhattan every night. I wasn't even 21. Partying in Manhattan every night, just living life, traveling. And I got pregnant with Caleb. And when I got pregnant,
Yeah, I was gonna ask
Not
that.
really, because I was actually married when I got pregnant, which is something that a lot of people don't know about me. Is that yeah, Caleb's dad was my first boyfriend, my first everything, and we were actually already married before I got pregnant.
Was it love at first sight?
People don't know that.
Oh my goodness.
It wasn't love at first sight, but it was definitely like puppy love,
Puppy
like
love.
one of those things that we thought we were gonna be together forever and ever. So yeah, so I had Caleb, and when I had Caleb, it was like, whoa, I gotta get my life together. Like, what am I doing? I'm out here modeling. Yes, I want to model or whatever. However, it's too much traveling. It's too much going on. The money's not as consistent. You might book a job today. Yes, the job pays $3,000, but you're not gonna see that $3,000 till 45 days from the actual shoot. I was like, no, reality check. I went back to school, enrolled my ass in FIT. You know what I mean? So it's all on how you look at it. It's all on the person, the mental state of the person. But definitely, I would say that having a baby does take support. You have to be strong, and it does take support from around you, because I don't think I would have been this successful without the support of my family, like my sister, my mom, and also Caleb's paternal side. They've always been helpful. They still are up till today. It definitely is true when they say that it takes a village to raise a child. It is true. That's why I was saying that even if you are a successful, imagine Oprah having a kid. I'm not saying she'd be a bad mom, but she could not possibly spend 5 hours a day with her child.
Yeah,
it's just not possible because you're just too busy.
I understand what you're saying, because you have the support, and I think what she's saying is you have to.
So she should have said that.
Hold on. But you have to read between the lines of what she's saying. You have to be ready.
That's why
because
I
I've
said,
seen so many.
You don't have ready is the wrong word.
Let me. Jesus. when you take the subway we live in New York, right?
Right.
The subway, you see these little kids with 3 to 4 babies
dragging them.
Half
of them are
it's
sleeping.
stressful.
They'll
You
be
look
crying.
at it.
Yeah,
You
but
look
you
at
gotta
it.
try-
You look
Charlie,
at it.
when
And it's
you
like,
feel
it's
surra-
why would you want to put that
Look
on
at Lauryn Hill,
yourself?
Charlie. Look at Lauryn Hill as an example. Lauryn Hill was so successful. Do you know like the kind of barriers she broke? And look at, I'm not trying to like say anything bad about her, but look at what happened to her because of love. Do you know what I mean? I mean, she literally had a mental breakdown because of love.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean? So what I'm saying is that just because you see those people walking around, like people have issues.
I know
like
people
everyone
have
has
issues.
People
That's
have
why-
problems.
that's why-
So the statement that she made, I see what she's saying, but she should not have made that statement. And even if she was, she should have went into details more and given more specifics. Because the word ready, you could never be ready for a child, even if you've been married for 30
But the
years.
thing is, the
you
reality-
could never be
with the
ready.
reality
People
of
are
it
married
all-
for 10 years, have a kid, and end up divorcing
Yasmin.
because of the kid.
Yasmin.
You have women that look at their husbands and say, you love that baby more than me, and they divorce their
Yes,
husband.
the reality is you do it beautifully, right? Beyonce has what?
3
Ivy and the
kids.
twins and still touring around the world. She does it beautifully. So you can look at that and say, oh, if she can do it, I can do
I
it.
agree with
And then
you.
when the time comes, you can't do it because you're not Beyonce,
I
you're
agree.
not Alicia Keys, like you're not that. You have to know what you're getting yourself into.
But that's what I'm saying, that those type of people, even if they did not have a kid, they would still have issues. Because
But
if you have
can
issues,
we-
you have issues.
Can we like look at these from the average girl's point of
Yes,
view?
Yeah.
please.
Because we're making too much examples with celebrities and people who have all they need around them.
Exactly.
What about a lonely girl somewhere, let me not use Africa, a lonely girl that is 19 and suddenly gets pregnant from a relationship, right? She has dreams, she has goals, she wants to be the next big thing in her career path, maybe modeling or whatever. Like you said, you're strong, you know how to handle it, you had people around you, don't forget. Perhaps she got pregnant and then she told her boo she was pregnant and all of a sudden the guy disappeared, like some Caribbean guys do. They disappeared.
No,
I'm talking for example.
but you just
You
singled
should
out
not
a whole.
stereotype of people and
No,
say
I'm just
that.
saying, I'm
That
just
is
kidding.
so
Okay, sorry,
wrong.
my bad,
Sorry.
my Caribbean brothers.
A lot
But
of guys do
I've
that.
met 3 girls
Yeah.
who said the same thing, and from the day she told her man she was pregnant, she never saw a head from him anymore. I don't know whether the guy left New York City, but she was alone. So a girl like that, no money, no much money, maybe the mom is not around, and then she gets pregnant. She carries the baby, and the baby finally comes out. First of all, it's going to slow you down. Because in some places, even in Africa, there's some places when you're pregnant, you can't go to school. Or in your places of work, when you're pregnant, it puts you on leave. You know, either paid leave or non-paid leave. But sorry, you got to go. Especially in the bank, if you're working for the bank. You can't even, some girls can't even afford to get pregnant. They don't want to get pregnant. They're scared because they might lose their job. So that's already a problem. So when a girl like that faces that situation and she gets depressed because of the baby, pours the frustration on the baby to some extent, she could say the baby is a burden.
Yeah.
I've met people in this country that have used the words like, I hate babies. And I'm like, what? You hate babies? There are people out there crying and praying to have kids.
Yeah.
Just one.
Just one.
And you say you hate babies, you can't even deal with them. So what would you advise a girl in that situation?
Well, that's why we live, especially as you said,
Close your
let's
legs.
not use Africa. If we're talking about America, there's adoption. There's so many other ways.
There's an adoption.
Yeah, there's adoption. You can give the baby up for adoption. And
yes.
they have different types of adoption. They have an open adoption. They have adoption where you can actually meet the family
So
first.
what's your view on that? If you look into
can't
your life
handle
and you
it.
think you can afford a child and you do give birth, you should give it up for adoption.
I'm not saying that because I could never tell anybody that they should give their child up for adoption, but I'm saying that there are options and there are always options. Recently, a teacher even adopted one of her students because the mother couldn't, the child had problems at home. The teacher noticed it, built a bond with the student, adopted the boy, and adopted his little brother as well. Like, this is America where there are many, 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 many different options. I also want to state this, that there are also children that are 8 years old. I mean, young kids that are actually also bringing a lot of joy in their mom's life. A lot of single mothers in this day and age are turning online and actually bringing the money to them. Because we're in 2018 where it's not about working hard anymore, Charlie. It's about working smart. It's about figuring out how you're going to sit in your house and collect a check. It's not about going up and that working in the bank and all of that. All those things are like played out. I'm sorry. And whoever wants to take to offense. And you have a lot of single mothers that are using online. You have Yoshi makeup artists. You have like a little 2-year-old girl and they're making money. I'm going to bring a list. You have an 8-year-old Evan YouTube. Last year he brought in $1.3 million. You have 14-year-old Andres, 3.7 million.
I'm not going to go and have a child.
Okay, so you know what? Forget
because
the
somebody's
millions.
kid brought $1 million.
$1
No, you can't say that.
Forget the millions.
But
the point I'm making is there are a lot of young babies out there that are modeling, that are doing things and
also-
bringing
That's
money,
because
and the
they're
parents don't
lucky
even have
to
to
be
work.
born in an environment where that is allowed.
12 children.
Listen, even
None of them make millions.
I even want to link it back to Yazi's story. Yazi's baby made her turn her life around to make her the success she is now.
Yeah.
So your baby can make you to be. Your baby doesn't
It's
have
all-
even immediately have to bring you 1 million. But if it's going to put your life on track, it's a blessing more than a burden.
But it
I
doesn't
think.
always do that.
That's
though.
what I'm saying. But there are the chances of that. Listen, this is life. Life is about yin and yang. There's always balance. It can go wrong. It can go good.
Right.
That's just the plain fact about it. And then if you're spiritual, if you from our place in Africa, some people have luck. Some people have better start than others.
Yeah.
So,
Do
but
you
can
understand?
I like make it a little bit light because we're going so heavy? There are some interesting benefits of having a baby that some people out there don't know. One of them is that if you have a kid in this country, you could have a higher tax refund.
Yes.
You know
You know
that?
people do that. People go into it because of that.
Yes, I
That's
know
one.
some people
Really,
that
I know
will
people
pop
that-
out babies just to
Right.
tax refund.
People even
so
borrow
that they
other
can.
people's babies. Can I borrow your baby to file the tax?
So you
tax
could file for a higher tax.
My
and have a
baby is Sue baby, Charlie. Sure. Once I pop it out,
So
we
yeah,
share.
I agree.
And another interesting part about having a baby is that a baby will increase your thirst for knowledge. Because
Really?
if you're raising a child, you have to be present in their life,
Yeah.
and it
You'll
increases
be
your
going to
curiosity
school all over
because
again.
they ask you a lot of questions. You help them with assignments. You help them do a lot. At the end of the day, you find that you're getting more intelligent because there was a census that was carried out on adults. There was a IT intelligence quotient IQ test, and they discovered that those with kids had higher scores than those without kids.
Listen, I like that all that advantages, but as I'm here right now, I love babies. Don't get me wrong, I do, but I
But-
can't afford it right now.
Thank you.
I can't personally. I
$33
cannot.
in my account.
That's
Baby,
why you should
even
not
this talk
have
about
sex.
babies.
Period.
Eh?
You should not
You
have
should not do
sex.
what?
But there
No.
are ways to still have sex.
No,
and-
I don't say that. I
If
don't
you're
want to
not,
hear that.
I agree with
What do you
what the
mean?
statement Charlie made 100%. That if you are not ready for a child, do not have sex. One of my very good friends got pregnant
Wait,
with twins
no.
on birth
Wait, hold
control.
on.
She was on birth control, taking her birth control religiously, and got pregnant with twins. What do you call that? A miracle?
Yeah.
No, it's not a miracle. It's not a miracle.
The
Sometimes
point I'm making 10 years from
the
now,
point
I will
I'm
call
making-
you, find out what those twins are doing. You don't know what blessing. Listen, if something like that
you're right.
happens,
Oh, but they could be criminals. You never know.
They
No,
could be
let's be
anything.
real. Let's be
The
real.
point
You
I'm
can-
making, the point I'm making is in any birth control method that you use, it says it. None of it says 100%. It's 99.9, 99.8.
So we
the
should not
point
have
I'm
sex
making,
at all.
if you are not ready for a a kid, do not have sex. What if the condom pops?
That's what she's preaching to the people.
What if a condom
look
pops?
so
What
scared.
if the condom pops, T-Money? What are you gonna do?
Are you ready
you
to
gonna
be a
tell us
daddy,
going
or are you going to run away like the Caribbean men?
I mean, or you could,
No, I'm not
or
running
you
anywhere.
could, I mean, you could
For
still
the
have sex
records.
and use the Milan method.
What's the Milan?
Pull out game.
Are you kidding me?
Milan.
That's the worst. That's like sure banker, you're pregnant already.
No,
The point that I understand.
Depends.
I don't want to say I understand. I see the point she was trying to make.
Yeah.
And having a baby again, you could never be ready. I don't care how successful who you think you are, you could never be ready. Because in my opinion, like the best mom, this is just my opinion, the best mom is a mom that actually engages with your child. That actually you go out there and you learn things just to teach your child. I'm not saying stay home all day with your child, but you have to, you build it. If you have so much money and you're paying somebody to do that, I mean, hey, good, successful, but in my eyes, you're not the bestest mom in the world. Do you get what I mean? So you could never be ready. I see the point she was trying to make, but at the end of the day, it's all about the mental state of a person and the emotional person. And a lot of doctors even say this, that all of us are born, like everybody's born with a little, we all have our issues. Everybody does. Whether you want to sit here, it's just to the point, how bipolar are you? How... we all have
Isn't
issues.
it so interesting how this day and age, like, you know, you have to be ready to afford a child because they're very expensive. But let's take it back to our forefathers. They were popping out babies left and right.
Because
and they
no
all came
money.
out fine.
But then listen, that has a cultural backing to it.
Okay,
Your grandfather was popping out 17 babies.
Yes.
He had a farm. He had wives
So
to
what
farm
about
on that farm.
the people in America back then that when there was no farm? How did they do it?
Excuse
No,
me, we were on
Americans,
the plantation.
I don't think Americans
We were
have
on the
ever...
we were on the farm.
Wait, black people were on the farm, on the plantation farming for those children,
Yes.
raising those babies. Mommy, what did they call it?
Go back-
Nanny.
go back
You
to the
understand?
point.
Go
Yeah.
back culture.
But I don't think Americans have ever had the culture of 20, 25 kids. Is there anything like that in history?
I don't know.
As opposed to
I don't think we
Africa?
go
But
do
finish with the
that.
point,
Yeah.
though, with the
So
culture.
so culturally, our grandfathers had farms. They had wives, like 7. So 25 babies, 7 wives
Fela.
to farm
It
on
happens.
that farm
It
to
happens.
feed those children.
Fela
Number
Baba.
2, back in those days, they were not sending girls to school. And you know, if you have
that's a
a
good
large
point.
number of children, females always take the lead. So there'll be more
You say-
females.
you
Females
say-
always take the lead.
You know what I'm saying?
To be
The future is female.
Yes, and
Thank
I
you very
actually
much.
purposely wore
Is
the
that why we
shirt
are here?
today. I purposely wore the shirt
Listen, it's
today
Women's Month. Okay,
because
let
of
them have it.
because
why
of
we
the
are here?
statement that this young lady made.
No, but I
because I
want-
find it to be a very, very discouraging statement
No,
because
I want to-
a woman was born to be superwoman. We were born to
Yes,
do
we're
it
not
all.
normal. We're not equal
You
to
give
these
us a
men at
family,
all.
we make a home. Like
We are
anything that
not
you give
equal
us.
to these men at all. I hate
Yes.
that equality word. A
And-
woman can never be equal to a man because a man cannot pop out a baby.
Yes.
They've tried, they've done experiments.
How would you get that baby?
Eh,
How would you get that baby
Small,
about to pop
tiny-
out?
Yeah, but
This thing.
guess what? I can take a turkey
Don't
base.
underrate the sperm.
Yes, sir. Wait, so
Don't
I can-
underrate it.
I
That's
can,
the main
I
thing.
can, my shirt, I
It's
want
okay, we
our
have seen the
viewers
shirt,
to,
yes.
no, I want to make sure
Please
that
put
my
it down.
viewers see the
But
shirt.
wait, but
I
okay.
can take a turkey baster and insert it in me and
Thank you
get
very
pregnant.
much, because-
I do
because
not
guess
need
what?
to sleep
Because
with a
guess
man
what?
to get
You're only
pregnant.
involved in the process for 2 seconds, 2 minutes if you're lucky, and then that baby is going to be with that woman 9 months.
Yes.
And then guess what? How many men stay with the baby? Do you know the woman is going to be
Yes.
there? She's after 9 months, that baby is going to be on her nipple. After 9, the mother is going to be there. So
Okay, let me
the future
buttress.
is female, and women take
And we
the
were
lead.
born
No,
to
to buttress,
reproduce.
to buttress her stance, even in Africa, your ability to have a child is a very, very prestigious thing.
As a
Yes,
what? As a
they
woman or a
use it
man?
As a
Judge
woman or a
people.
man, if mostly for the women.
Exactly.
The
If you
women
don't have
are
a baby,
looked at
they shame you.
whenever couples are married and 4 years, 5 years they don't have a child.
Thank
Everybody
you.
looks at the woman. The pressure
they
is on the
blame
woman.
her.
They
Thank
want
you.
to know what is
Sometimes
wrong
it's
with
even
her.
the man
She
shooting
cannot
blanks.
find
Then
yeah.
the woman gets
So,
blamed.
but that's not even the issue. The issue is having a child is prestigious. I mean, your own child. It
Yeah.
increases your
In Africa,
self-esteem
it is.
as an African man
But I also
or an
want-
African woman.
I want to argue the point against, like, on the off chance she's not an attention whore, right? I do believe that with these statements that she's saying here, especially the second paragraph, I feel like she's giving people a lot. She's giving people a lot to think about,
Yes.
to
Yes.
consider before the fact. So it's not a surprise because,
Yes.
like, remember what I said with the Kylie thing. So Kylie was thinking about having babies since 15.
15.
She's so lucky. Rich people problems. Do you understand? Because there's so many people even at 35 they may not be able to afford a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like using the word burden is somewhat offensive, so especially to mothers.
It's
especially
just the wording that she used.
Yeah, especially to women that are looking for children. Burden, it's gonna be so painful. So I feel like she was trying to shed light on the responsibility. Like, be aware.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Understand what this comes with. It's not an easy thing.
And don't have it careless.
She used these words again, as I said, to get the attention that she wants to get.
ABS
but you
is
know what?
talking
It's a
about
good thing, because although she was looking for attention, I'm really glad that she brought this topic up, that we're here talking about it. Because as Odera said, when you have young celebrities like Kylie Jenner, who has such a huge influence having babies, it is important that all women, no matter your age, your race, understand the responsibilities of being a mom, because it definitely is not ABC.
So let me just ask, sorry. So do you think having a child is a burden?
For me, when you're ready, but she don't want me to use the ready. I think they're a blessing.
Yazi?
I don't think it's a burden at all.
Odera? So having a child is not a burden, right?
No, it's not.
It's not a
But
burden.
Mama Shomi,
But it's a lot of responsibility.
Yes.
Shomisita, if you're watching, please reply to my email.
Yeah.
Let me know, because I really want to
We
know.
should have her here, see what she thinks. Yeah.
And to the viewers, please subscribe to the page, and also don't forget to add us on Instagram, The ABS Show. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on these topics, because we really want to hear from you. Yeah. Do you think children are a burden? Let us know in the comments. You're watching The ABS Show. This is Mina TV. Bye.
Thanks for watching. And if you liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you next time.